What do you think the solution is to the jobs that are going to be lost because of AI and robotics? The jobs due to automation, the jobs due to no longer do we need human beings to do these jobs because AI is doing them. Do you think it's going to be some sort of a universal basic income thing? Do you think there's going to be some other kind of solution that has to be implemented? Because a lot of people are going to be out of work, right?
I think there will be actually a high demand for jobs, but not necessarily the same jobs. So, I mean, this is actually, this process has been happening throughout modern history. I mean, there used to be, like doing calculations manually with like a pencil and paper used to be a job. So they used to have like buildings full of people called computers, where the banks would like, all you do all day is you do calculations because they didn't have computers. They didn't have digital computers that people do. Yeah. Well, it was just people would just like add and subtract stuff on a piece of paper, and that would be how banks would do, financial processing.
And you'd have to literally go over their equations to make sure the books are balanced.
Yeah, and most times it's just simple math. Like, in a world before computers, how did you calculate? How did you do transactions? You had to do them by hand. So then, when computers were introduced, the job of doing, bank calculations no longer existed. So people had to go do something else. And that's what's going to happen. That's what is happening at an accelerated rate. Due to AI and then robotics.
That's the issue, though, right? The accelerated rate, because it's going to be...
It's the accelerator. It's just happening. Like I said, AI is the supersonic tsunami. So that's what I call it, supersonic tsunami. So
it's like, what other jobs will be available that aren't available now because of AI?
Well, AI... is really still digital. Ultimately,
basically, the answer is he don't know. He's just talking. The dude sounds stupid, really.
AI can improve the productivity of humans who build things with their hands or do things with their hands, like literally welding, electrical work, plumbing, anything that's physically moving atoms, like cooking food or farming or like anything that's physical. Those jobs will exist for a much longer time. But anything that is digital, which is like just someone at a computer doing something, AI is going to take over those jobs like lightning.
Coding, anything along those lines, yeah.
It's going to take over those jobs like lightning. Just like digital computers took over the job of people doing manual calculations, but much faster.
So what happens to all those people? Like, what kind of numbers are we talking about? Like, you're going to lose most drivers, right? Commercial drivers. You're going to have automated vehicles, AI-controlled systems.
I'm glad you said it because I was about to stop it anyways. But I was about to say, mention that, these self-driving trucks and stuff like that they have, self-driving taxis, all these different things. All right.
Just like there's certain ports in China, and I think in Singapore, where everything's completely automated.
Yeah, mostly, yeah.
Yeah, so you're going to lose a lot of those jobs, longshoreman jobs, trucking, commercial jobs.
Oh, speaking of longshoremen, remember there was the longshoreman strike? I forget what it was about, but I do remember that the guys went on strike. Okay, I think there were a couple events like that where I think one of them might have been from the bridge. Cargo ship held up. Oh, the longshoremen's not getting paid on strike. Cargo ships held up. All right, so Esau was putting those scares out there here and there, okay, with these cargo shipments, because most everything that comes in to America is from overseas. All right, as a matter of fact, because that's a direct link over there to the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter. Okay, I'm trying to just get the points. I think I need to highlight some of this stuff. Yeah, let's get 11. The merchants, I was reading the NLT. The merchants of the world will weep and mourn for her, for there is no one left to buy their goods, you see. She bought great quantities of gold, silver, jewels, and pearls, fine linen, purple silk, and scarlet cloth, things made of fragrant Thayan wood, ivory goods, and objects made of expensive wood and bronze, iron, and marble. She also brought cinnamon, spice, incense, myrrh, frankincense, wine, olive oil, fine flour, wheat, cattle, sheep, horses, chariots, and bodies, that is, human slaves. All right. Now, America does have things here, home produced or whatever, how you want to call it, but a lot of the goods that comes into America come from other countries overseas, especially from China. That's what those cargo ships are all about. All right. And all these things equate to what? Businesses. But let's keep going.
Longshoreman jobs, trucking, commercial drivers.
Yeah, I mean, we actually do have a shortage of truck drivers, but there's actually.
Well, that's why California's hired so many illegals to do it. Have you seen those numbers?
Which I think there was like a crackdown on. They was doing some kind of crazy mess about Indian drivers pulling them. Okay, so that takes trucks off the roads, which that means somebody's not delivering as much goods as they were before, because you have to find replacement drivers, and they don't just pop up, like somebody just going to flip a hamburger. Anyways.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is like when people don't know how to drive a semi truck, which is actually a hard thing to do, then they crash and kill people.
Yeah.
A friend of mine's wife was killed by an illegal driving a truck, and she was just out biking, and there was an illegal who didn't know how to drive the truck or something. I mean, and he ran her over. So I mean, like the thing is like for something like you can't let people drive, sort of an 80,000 pound semi, if they don't know how to do it.
You can say the same thing about his cars. Anyways.
But in California, they're just letting people do it.
Because they need people to do it.
Well, they also want the votes and that kind of thing. But yeah, like cars are going to be autonomous. But there's just so many desk jobs where really what people are doing is they're processing email.
And notice he says cars are going to be autonomous because they want people in 15-minute cities where, you chipped up and, you rent this taxi car or whatever to take you such and such place and back. So you don't really, they don't really want you to own a vehicle. This is their really imagination for the future, right? No one really owns a vehicle. You're just renting a car, so if you need to go somewhere, it's basically robot Uber, automated, self-driving taxis, all right, stuff like that. I mean, this 15-minute city is not what they're presenting to the people for it to be.
Answering the phone, and just anything that isn't moving atoms, like anything that is not physically, like doing physical work, that will obviously be the first thing. Those jobs will be and are being eliminated by AI at a very rapid pace. And ultimately, working will.
And he didn't talk about the smaller things. Well, I guess factory work is not so much smaller, but your robots building cars and working in factories. All right, some automated, some alongside with humans, but a smaller thing like waiters and waitresses. All right, making robots to do jobs like that. Like, why do you need a robot waiter? What's wrong with the person? Okay. Anyways,
be optional, because you'll have robots plus AI, and we'll have, in a benign scenario, universal high income, not just universal basic income, universal high income, meaning anyone can have any products or services that they want. But there will be a lot of trauma and disruption along the way.
So you anticipate a basic income from that the economy will boost to such an extent that a high income would be available to almost everybody. So we'd essentially eliminate poverty.
In the benign scenario, yes.
And that's the illusion, all right? Because if you're not familiar with the universal basic income, it's basically where the government, obviously it probably would be according to your household size. So if you're single or you're married with children or single mother with children or father, whatever, how the case may be, pretty sure it'll be according to your household size. All right. And then accumulation of your bills. They load up, your account with X amount of money. All right. To pay your expenses for that month. And then whatever is not spent, which probably won't be much, because I'm pretty sure they're not going to, give you so much. But whatever is not spent, it returns back to the government, and then they reset you the next month. Okay, so you basically, you rent your lives from them. All right. So yeah, the universal basic income, all right, ain't what most people might think it is. But also, you have people who will be desperate for it. All right, especially with the times that are gonna come upon the world, especially Babylon the Great.
Like the way
There's multiple scenarios.
there are multiple scenarios. There's a lot of ways this movie can end. Like the reason I'm so concerned about AI safety is that like one of the possibilities is the Terminator scenario.
So
It's not 0%.
he says that there's many ways this can end. Then he mentioned the Terminator scenario, and he didn't give you a percentage, which he probably knows, probably. But he said it's not 0%. So wait a minute. So the Terminator scenario, what is it? Is it 50%? Is it 60%? Is it 98%? The Terminator scenario for this thing? But this is them just dabbling around with technology and stuff. All right, thinking that AI is like the one movie. They think AI is going to be God, and they're going to be God too through their AI. Okay, because that's their way. That system. That's their way of controlling everybody.
That's why it's like I'm like really banging the drum on AI needs to be maximally truth seeking. Like don't force AI to believe a lie, like that. For example, the founding fathers were actually a group of diverse women, or that misgendering is worse than nuclear war. Because if that's the case, and then you get the robots and the AI becomes omnipotent, it can enforce that outcome.
But what about the Bible? You're not gonna plug the AI with none of the Bible though.
And then like unless you're a diverse woman, you're out of the picture. So we're toast.
So that's
or you might wake up as a diverse woman one day. The AI has adjusted the picture, and we are now a diverse woman.
So that would be that's the worst possible situation. I just had an
So that was the end of that video there. Okay. So the talk, and I'm pretty sure with some more there. But anyways, that was from this Joe Rogan podcast thing. I'm not sure how old or new that video is. I feel like I've seen it before. But I'm not sure. Anyways, I just wanted to pull it up. Like I said, I was going to get it last, but since you read that article, I saw a Zero Hedge. I decided to flip them around. So, so this is another guy, which I think I've seen this video before, and I have watched this one. So he's just talking about the C-HIP
situation. I just had an RFID.
RFID, all right, radio frequency identification. That's what RFID stands for, radio frequency identification. All right, so let's play.
Just had an RFID chip implanted. As one does. If you can feel it right here, there's a little chip in there, but cool. It's made by a company called Dangerous Things, which is got a great marketing, right? Yeah. But this is
Dangerous Things, which is that kind of made me tickle the first time I saw that too. A company named Dangerous Things making microchips. Ironic much? Not at all.
Great marketing, right? Yeah. But this is a more advanced one, so I put it in, so I can open my Tesla with it, and wave in front of the elevator. Check out with Apple Pay. Exactly. I want my
and see, and like the younger generations, even especially with Edomites. Oh, it's so cool! All right, this is so cool. I just did this. I just did that. I scanned my hand. I waved my hand, and and that's just part of what just reels you in. All right, but you are now under the control of this man and his system once you take one of these devices here. Okay, but they woo you with what it can do, what it's capable of. Oh, it can store this information. You can do that. You can you don't have to carry keys. You can wave your hand, all this kind of mess. All right, market it to you as convenience. All right, your life is made more simple.
Apple Pay. Exactly. I want my, actually, I will not put my crypto keys on this because then my hand is at risk. Yes.
Yeah, somebody might cut his hand off and hack into his device.
And then
and then steal everything.
how long will the batteries last? It's not battery. It's near field.
In which, speaking of that, you just might have that happen. All right, people, fighting out here in the world, in chaos and Jacob's trouble, and then you're gonna have people that get chipped, and you might still have people that, trying to get other people's devices. We don't know. The scriptures say, "Love with many shall wax cold." We just know there's a device, and that the devil's about to issue it, and a lot of people are going to take it. All right.
How long will the batteries last? It's not battery. It's near field. So basically, an electric current comes in. Yeah. Okay, right. Yeah. So anyway, that was fun. It was an hour ago. So you guys said keep it compressed.
Yeah, of course it can't have a battery because who's gonna constantly dig it to their hand to pull the device out, to recharge the battery or whatever, okay, and put it back in your hand, or what you gonna do, stick your finger in the socket? Nah, man. Okay, so you heard him, it was some kind of whatever he said, electronic, whatever.
How long will the batteries last? It's not battery. It's near field. So basically, an electric current comes in. Yeah.
The near field technology, all right. Basically, you connected to their radio towers, pretty much. You connected to them. All right, so your device operates through them, which is cause like when you get, I might as well get this now. Revelation 13, okay, 16, and it calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. All right, it says that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right, 666. Okay, so like I was saying there with the device, all right, and you get out of line or whatever the case may be, and he can just shut your device off until he decides to turn it back on, or not turn it on at all, or back on at all. Okay, for those people that take it. So you're connected completely to their system, which is what gives them that fill up control over you. All right, it talks about that in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 4. They want to sit in the seat of the Most High.
Right. Yeah. So anyway, that was fun. It was an hour ago. So you guys said keep it compressed.
So yeah, there's already people implementing the implant in the hand.
And look what it says. China, UK, and USA already have implant devices connected to ID and money, as we just read Revelation chapter 13.
And it's over in Sweden, and like I was talking about,
which Sweden was one of the first places to adopt this technology and start chipping people.
There's even people over in Brooklyn that are just using their hand. They have a little chip in there.
And he's talking about Brooklyn, New York, by the way.
Oh, there's even people over in Brooklyn that are just using their hand. They have a little chip in there. And yeah, I'll show you some more clips of that, because I'm not just the only person talking about this. This is pretty crazy.
I'm at Whole Foods and I'm about to pay for my groceries with my... That's the coolest thing ever. Brad,
that's the coolest thing ever until... Let's get this. Let's get the results of the coolest thing ever. Revelation 14:16. Well, let's get 16 first. And verse 2. And the first went out and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sword upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. So you get complications, all right? You get the CAN, sir, okay? Because you took this device, you get other complications. Your body rejects it because you're not supposed to have it. You Israelites, that is. We don't care what the heathens do, but the Israelites, you're not supposed to have it. So if you take it, okay, and your body's going to start to reject it, and you're going to get some complications from it. And Revelation 14:9, because there is no repentance for this thing. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Yeah, you're going to be destroyed in that second great death, man. This is Babylon the Great, destroyed by nuclear fire. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, which is in a period of time, and which only the Lord knows how long, and they have no rest day nor night. And we know that because it says the desert creatures are going to be here afterwards. So that means the fire has to die out. Okay. It says, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. That is the end of what she thinks is so cool. All right, let's go and end the video off. Oh, hold on.
I didn't grow up in evangelical ink, so I don't know what this video does to you, but for me, right out the gate, watching somebody appear to scan their hand with a chip in it in order to pay for something, it screams mark of the beast.
Much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface, in his hand.
You like to touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all in chips. I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks. So I can't open it.
No.
Which I'm glad she said something about buying. Let's buy something. She said buy snacks. That takes me right back. I'm gonna keep mentioning it. All right, the lady in China, man. All right, she went to she used the social credit. Well, they all got to use the social credit score, but she went to. I think her husband was the one that was filming. She went to the drink machine to buy him a water, and she was going to pay for it with her phone because everything is connected, on the system, the app, the social credit score, all those different things. Her account, who she is, her digital ID, all that is in, the device or whatever. And she was going to go pay for it like normal, and she realized that she could pay for it by scanning her face, facial recognition. All right, with your biometrics, things like that, facial scanning, your iris, your fingerprints and stuff like that. So she scanned her face, purchased the water. All right, that's the type of digital age that Esau is trying to bring here to Babylon the Great and in pretty much the whole world.
Building,
which is low level to the actual real point. Michael C. hipping everybody for total control. Okay, for complete control over everybody's life. All right, where basically they have full autonomy over every aspect of your life, okay? From some remote location, because they themselves will not be taken. The devices for everyone else, especially number one on the list, especially you Israelites, all right? And that's the thing to be aware of, because you cannot get this thing wrong. We just read why you can't. And we got both, okay? Revelation 16, 1 and 2. Well, we read 2 anyways. Revelation 14, 9 through 11. You will be destroyed if you take this device. There's no coming back from it. There's no repenting for this. If you take it, you're destroyed.
Snacks.
yeah, exactly.
Which is why you got to know exactly what it is, and there's no not knowing. Like, I mean, my goodness. I mean, I guess there is, like, because the Lord got you blinded, but you got Edomites themselves talking about it. You got all kinds of people talking about all kinds of things, referring to this and the system and everything. But then you have Israelites who, just not telling you. Okay. Anyways.
Let's buy some snacks. So I can't open it.
No.
Okay.
So what I need to do is I need to first blip my chip. I need to log me in, and from there I get access to the fridge.
Popular TV shows like Black Mirror have imagined chips as part of a dystopian future. Install ingrained procedure with local anesthetic and you're good to go. In Sweden, the microchips are already here.
The microchip implants use the same technology that's in contactless credit cards.
Which have made cash pretty much obsolete in Sweden.
No cash.
At this tech fair, a chipping event for those on the cutting edge.
And that's what Esau is trying to head to, real soon, especially in Babylon. No cash, all right? No cash, where everything is going to be digital. Transactions are going to have to be made digital, all right? We talked about the what was it called recently? The Pax Silica, okay? Talking about that. There was another thing they was talking about. I gotta go look back and see if I can find it so I can remember what the name of it is, okay? But basically it was something talking about establishing their CBDC system. I just forget the name of it. But I know it's somewhere in my like I keep a log of videos that I put to the side, so I can probably find it from there, so I can bring that name back up so I can remember it. But yeah, establishing a CBDC, the central bank digital currency, establishing the actual digital currency, and the main thing, establishing the micro CHIP as well as the brain CHIPs. All right.
Merging their hands with this new technology.
And this is what they said, talking about making a fusion of man and machine. Okay, that's the fusion right there. You, the man or woman, or child, or infant baby, and the machine being their device. And basically, you've made yourself one with the beast. All right, with the beast man. Okay.
Thought it would be fun, right?
The process is simple and swift. A pinch of the skin, and in a matter of seconds, the chip is inserted.
And that's going to be the last ouch that anybody's going to want to get, because the next ouch is not going to be, good. All right. You're going to be tormented. All right. Whether it be through Jacob's trouble and you get deleted, or ultimately by the nuclear missiles, you will be deleted, especially you Israelites. All right. That's really who the message is for, the Israelites.
Transformation is complete. As for the pain,
I barely felt it.
but even in this nation of early adopters, not everyone is racing to get chipped. Feel less human?
And that's why a lot of these people are going to get deleted, which they want to downsize the population anyway. So that's that just rolls in line with what they want. Okay, you're not with it, but we're going to delete you, or we're going to leave you out here to your own devices, and people are going to be scrambling, fighting for food and shelter and all these different things. It's going to be chaos out here. They're going to be fighting. One people shall stand up to fight against another with swords in their hands. Okay, so they want to downsize the population anyway. So if you're not with it, it's cool. Okay, you will be with it, and if not, you'll be deleted.
Feel less human? I will feel like a robot.
I think, so much more data can go into this, when it's in your body.
There's no central registry tracking how many people are chipped, but biohacker Hannes Wellblood estimates between 5,000 and 10,000.
In the future, do you think everyone is going to be chipped?
I think it'll be voluntary, but I am certainly convinced that millions of people will find it very, very valuable to have a smart device under theirs.
Yeah, voluntary now, but eventually they're going to try to force you to take it by the pressure that they put on you. Okay, that's why we need the spirit and power, Yahweh Shemosha, protecting us from this thing. Okay, because otherwise, we'll be deleted as well. We don't want to be destroyed here with these people in Babylon. All right, not even 2/3 of our now. They'll be all right in the kingdom, but 2/3 of our people are not. We don't want to be destroyed with them here. We want salvation from the Lord. We want to be able to, we can get that one. Forgot all about that scripture. Is that in I think it's 3 and 10. Yeah, there you go. Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. You see? Keep you from taking this thing. And as I've been saying, it's a good mindset that we have to deny it. We want and need to have that mindset, but ultimately it's up to the Spirit of the Lord to deny it, man. All right, it's up to the Spirit of the Lord to be on us, all right, so that we can deny it and overcome, because this is the ultimate time of testing. This is the ultimate test of our faith, man. This here, the hour of temptation, when it's going to be implemented, which shall come upon all the world. I mean, everybody on every inhabited person, all right, because that word is oikoumene in the Greek, to try them that dwell upon the earth. And the NOT says, because you have obeyed my command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to. Woo! I never read that before. Woo! 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 That's fire. It says, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world, because ultimately the elect, all right, as a name, we're the hopeful elect, but in general, I was speaking on the elect are predestined from the foundations of the earth anyways, Ephesians chapter 1.
Human microchipping may be our future, but in Sweden, it's already reality.
All right, and that's just one place of many. Okay, and everybody's moving towards the same goal. Doesn't matter if it's an enemy country, like the country that doesn't like this country or whatever, maybe an active war, whatever. They're all moving towards a digital age, the whole system. Okay, because this is run by Esau, okay, and the earth has been given to the hands of the wicked. This is all, it really boils down to all being the part of the Lord's plan, his CHIP, his system, his time of testing, all right. So It's a series of videos I want to play based off that article there. So I'm going to leave it at that. Lord willing, you edify to next time. I'm going to say shalom.